Welcome Libra to your Libra September 2021 reading and forecast. Hi, I'm Nigel Saint James, for those of you who are stopping by for the first time, and to the subscribers, much love and affection to you always. You know I love to see you each month, and of course I've done some personal readings for some of you, haven't I, over the course of the last month from different parts of the world. And if you would like to have a reading with me one-on-one, then from anywhere in the world, then just check out the information that's in the description box below. But now we're going to draw 5 cards and see what they have to say for you for this month. 5 is all we need, because with the combination of the astrology, the numerology, the positioning of the cards, their suits, or elements, and how they interact with each other, they tell us precisely what we need to know. And this card is coming out and saying, I need to be heard. And that is the 2 of Swords. And this one was also jumping out saying it needed to be heard. And that is the 7 of Swords. Excellent, excellent. It's to do with the mind, the swords, to do with the mind. That's what this is here. The Devil, Major Arcana. Number 15, probably. Separation from the source, it said. Well, this is a very creative deck, I must say. The developer or artist of whom, that's the Chariot, incidentally, another major arcana. The artist or developer, incidentally, I'm afraid I just do not recall. I get these decks. Look, my daughter found a big bundle of decks with no books, no boxes, just wrapped up with ribbon, and unless the person's name is written on the back of it, it must have been somebody who just had a clearing out of their house that got rid of about 20 decks, I think she gave me. So, and what's this one here? The 1 of Cups. Fantastic. Well, why don't you come sit down here next to me? We'll have a good close look at this. Absolutely rather beautiful original paintings on these cards together while I do the reading for you. There now, I think you can see those. Such good cards here, spoiled for choice. Let's have a look at this one first, being the 1 of Cups. Very interesting paintings on these cards. And what is it that I can say about this painting here? Well, the 1 of Cups, ordinarily, of course, this would be called the 1 of Cups. Ones can represent a sense of wholeness and perfection, and the 1 of Cups reflects this on the emotional plane. In this card, looking at this painting here, it reflects the state of consciousness related to being within the womb, in utero. You see this child that's inside this woman, made up of the moon and breasts, and holding on here, there's a solar plexus. This child inside the room, that state of consciousness that you had when you were inside your mother. It represents the merged state in which your needs are automatically met and you are completely nurtured, although development requires that you emerge from this non-dual consciousness and learn to take care of yourself. Well, we can periodically dissolve back into this state of primordial union. It is a state of rest and satisfaction, an oceanic state, graphically represented here by the mixture of the ocean and the womb. Now, I've got to say there is a lot of Libra all over this card at the moment, so this is all about emotional clarity, deep love of the self, receiving and giving. There's also going to be Sagittarius and Scorpio important to you, I'd say. With the relationships that you have, you are seeking to become whole by finding in others what you are lacking in yourself. And this is Cups, or the suit of Cups embodies the experience of relationships, the pursuit of happiness, love, fulfillment, pleasure. But of course, we can't have those experiences without their opposites. I see here love in the purest sense, abundance. Now, if you are not Look, there's a new relationship I see coming along here. If you are in a partnered relationship already and happy with that, I see that deepening so that it becomes almost like a different type of relationship to the one that was there before. It advances, it metamorphosizes, it goes from being a caterpillar to a butterfly almost. So there's a lot of love that's here for you. Now, you may also hear of birth or pregnancy. Great degree of sexual passion here. Now, if you're by yourself, these are thoughts to do with passion that you might be having in your alone time. And there's nothing wrong with that. Enjoy them for what they are. But there is emotional balance available to be used by you and drawn upon by you for the next 6 months at least. The cup of unconditional love is being offered to you. Will you drink from it? There's a good opportunity here for new relationships, and I have to say for new romance. It can indicate a birth, I'm getting that feeling, but it really does have the real texture of unconditional love all over it, this card. So you should give and forgive unconditionally in order to get inner peace. You know, you're lucky because you are now in contact with all-embracing love. It is going to fill you, and you'll be able to pass it on generously, lavishly to others. What is your way of expressing love? Let this energy work on you, and say to yourself, all-encompassing love fills me and my environment. Now there are a couple of swords cards up at the top, which we might have a quick look at. See if they have anything useful to say to you. Now, of course, they're being blitzed by this one here and also by the devil and by the chariot. So anything which is suggesting that you might be running off course or anything like that, it is going to be overcome. But in any event, let me see here. Well, the image quite straightforwardly. It talks about creative differences in the card. Now, I don't know what I might mean by that. I suppose the image portrays a man and a woman, each holding a circular shield, doesn't it? Where the two circles come together, there is a place of overlap, which creates a shape of its own. This coming together of the two, forming a third, is also reflected in the twilight sky, the joining of day and night. I suppose this picture here reminds us that we can move beyond an orientation where duality means divisiveness and appreciate how two can come together in harmony and beauty. This could be 2 points of view, 2 ideas, 2 energy fields. It's about two adding to each other rather than cancelling each other out. And when they do that and add their shields together, this point here, I suppose, is, if you look at the title, Creative Differences. But there's more to it than this, I think. And some more of this is, astrologically, this is the moon ruling the first decan of Libra, 23rd of September to the 2nd of October. Now, this is a happy combination, isn't it? Your moon sign, you may be interested to know, describes your instinctive or emotional energies. With the moon in the sign of Libra, you're likely to have a deep need for peace and harmony in your life during this time. Now, Libra generally is symbolized by the scales, isn't it? You'd be familiar with that. But it relates to any area of your life which requires balance, and this would include your personal environment, work, your relationships with others. The energy that I'm getting up here really is one of neutrality, being neither good nor bad, so in balance. There's inner peace coming through to you here. Isn't that not surprising, given this great card to do with love? There is the power to make decisions regarding situation or relationships which engender a spiritual peace. There's agreement around you and a great deal of mental stability. Now, I've got to say that it's also the case, let me just look at this again further. It could be that you might be having a hard time making your mind up about something and can't make a choice. It's not something which is really acute, I don't think, but it sits in the background and it surfaces up every now and again. You're dealing with the pros and the cons of a situation. You might, I think, for a period there, lack the information that you need to make the right decision in relation to a situation. But you will get the information, and when you get it, it's like the light is going to go on and you'll see the situation for what it is, and you'll be in a much better position to make the decision that is right for you. There is resolution here also at a subconscious level, I think, here. Really about integrating polarities as well. What areas of your life are especially important to you at the present time? You can now come calmly to the necessary decisions with respect to those, and take time out for deep relaxation. You are in a good position to examine your past, your present, and your future, and maybe write down your insights in a journal. And have this thought in mind: deep peace fills my heart. And you should remember that deep peace that's in your heart and this great unconditional love that is showering upon you, because I think the elements within this card just want to have a conversation with you. I don't think they're predictive of anything here with you. What might it be? Let's have a look. Well, I do see some things happening for you here. What have we got? Well, the Seven of Swords. First of all, I have a mystical association with the planet of Venus. And before I say anything else, it also refers to an area of divine emanation prior to the appearance of space and time, which we mystics refer to as victory. So there is victory that's going over there for you. And Venus is going to bring you love as well. It's also going to be good for business, I have to say. But let's look at this painting that's here now. Well, there's a woman standing, bathed in the energy of the rainbow bridge. The bridge to heaven, perhaps. Heaven is not so much a place as a vibratory level we can learn to enter, you know, but I'm not going to go into that now. It is represented here by an angelic being. The rainbow, with its 7 colors, is often used as a symbol of this consciousness, so the rainbow bridge is a doubly potent image. I think this is saying to you that, I'll have some more to say in a moment, but it's time for a little bit of heaven. You are most likely depleted and could profit from some fresh inspiration, I think. It's a good time to maybe just sort of take a bit of a break. Why do I say that? Because I have the moon ruling the 3rd decan of Aquarius in this card, the 9th to the 18th of February. Well, the emotions of the moon cloud the intellectual qualities of Aquarius. Aquarius is thus weakened, giving you a lack of clarity. Now, it may be in relation to a particular person or to a particular situation that arises maybe once during the course of the month that you feel ineffectual, inept almost, or that there's some mental procrastination going on, or just doing enough, coasting along, really working beneath your own standards is what I'm getting. But you know, the thing is that's going along here is it's possible that you could have some self-doubt. Is that likely? Making it seem that difficulties are insurmountable at times. Maybe your mind is distracted at a time that you need to be focused, or it could be that subconscious doubts dominate you. Maybe you're feeling, I can't do this because I won't be able to do it properly, or I can't do something because it'll be too much trouble, or I can't do it because I don't have the strength, or I can't do it because I haven't got the right background, or I can't do it for this reason like this. But the point is you can. These are doubts, And doubt is the greatest killer of humankind. Everybody can do, you can do anything that you want. You just don't understand it. Your fears have nothing to do with reality. Wake up and see what is happening. In what areas of your life do you diminish yourself with your own limited ideas about things? And what are your constricting belief systems? Do you know there's an angel, one of the 72 names of God, Manukoel, and it's a book of the Old Testament or the Hebrew Bible called the Book of Psalms, and I'm pretty sure that it is chapter 38, verse 22, which says, "Do not abandon me, O Lord, my God, be not far from me." And then it goes on in the next verse, I'm pretty sure, at 23 to say, "Hasten to my aid, O Lord, and be my deliverance." Well, if you meditate on those verses, your impulse towards self-pity or retaliation or revenge will be swept away. It will replace your thinking with understanding that you are the creator of your own circumstances and that what you have created, you can change. It will also make you understand that you are a child of God and are loved unconditionally. As this card here, I think, is also saying as well. Okay, what might there be next? Let's have a look at... Oh, well, this looks like a sensible run. Let's look at the Devil, then we'll finish with the Chariot. Hello, Devil. Ah, you're talking to me about something which is different to what I might in another type of reading say. Well, the Devil, of course, is often pictured as a single figure, but here it's depicted in a more diffuse form. The devil is whatever separates you from the source, and you can think of the source as divinity or as your own true nature, which is the same thing. Two general categories of experience obscure this understanding. One consists of your shame, fear, doubt, and limited self-images, and the other includes the denied, the demonized aspects of the personal and collective unconscious. Do you know, shame is a major demon for many of us. Feelings of shame can solidify into a kind of wall or boundary that leaves us feeling separate from the love that is our true nature and ground. It thus separates us from the flow of love that is part of the universe and part of us. This can lead to feelings of hatred towards ourselves and sometimes to violence. To get the devil of shame off your back, you have to stop being bullied by it and see that your feelings of shame reflect the rejecting attitudes and lack of love that you absorbed when you were vulnerable and open. These survive only because you feel separate from true nature. If you could see the real you, shame could not take any hold of you whatsoever. Now, the man in this painting has really, just looking at it here, he's fallen into the hell realms of his own psyche. He didn't go there by his own volition, and he is floundering. He is being attacked by demons, the contents of his underworld. These include guilt, shame, self-hatred, and any parts of himself that he has tried to deny in his conscious life. Grappling with these dark shadow elements becomes a path to greater light. The way to increase the light is by transforming the darkness. Transforming the darkness is very important soul work. Fundamentally, it requires you to be able to stay present to your experience and not turn away. You must look your demons in the eye without getting caught in their spell. The way to do this is to keep part of your attention anchored somewhere else. Be it in your body or your breath or the simple act of witnessing, being separate and witnessing. Remember that whatever you are experiencing, although it can be really intense and absorbing, it's not the whole picture. What you need to do is to disidentify with what you see. And then you will see that the content, the thoughts that are around are just content. It's just information that passes with time. It's helpful if you can commit to experiencing your feelings and urges without acting them out, of course, with others. I mean, you might feel hatred and discharge some of the energy by attacking some inanimate object, or even a tree, but don't discharge it at another's expense. You don't want it leaking out in your everyday interactions. But there is another side to this energy here that's coming up to you, having passed on that message, and it's to do with the astrology of the card, which is Saturn ruling Capricorn with Mars exalted. And this time it's Mars in its best form, the material, fiery energy of creation. What you have here is procreative energy, new vitality, a humor, sensuality, which is brought together by that astrological combination, which is very harmonious. Now I have to tell you, and you may be aware of this, but you are going to be very attractive to other people during this time, so do with that what you will. Now you could also be acting on blind impulse from time to time. You'll certainly have a lot of endurance. This energy here, this card, I think, also represents tunnel vision, because the devil's vision is usually directed at some material goal. Now that can relate to career, ambition, and even looking after your own best interests, of course, but it implies that you can accomplish a lot if you are focused and you aren't distracted by other things. Because he doesn't get distracted by other things, the devil. He's very focused on the task at hand. Now, astrologically, Capricorn is the sign of business, career, worldly success and social standings. And Capricorns are usually high achievers and hard workers, I think. You may, from time to time, feel restricted or imprisoned by life or by a situation that appears to be out of your control, but you have more influence over the situation than you think. Now check for any addictions that could be stopping you from enjoying life to the full. And I think you need to accept that you do have an ambitious side, but see it for what it is without becoming a slave to it. You will have a strong desire to compete, to improve, and to win. You might find, not only are you might find that you become very sexually attracted to somebody. And as I say, you are going to be very attractive yourself. Now, there may be people who demonize you, will make you out to be the devil. Well, meet them with humor and lightness. Accept what life gives you. Keep your feet on the ground. Do you have some wish or desire that you don't admit to? Sit down comfortably and just think about things. Pay attention to your breathing. Imagine that with every out-breath, a root grows from the base of your spine deep into the center of the earth. It will happen quickly. Now feel that with every in-breath, earth energy flows into you. It fills your entire body. Then let your awareness go to the crown of your head. Open yourself for the yellow gold cosmic energy. Feel it mix with the earth energy and fill your body. And say to yourself, I am a vital, joyful, and grounded person. I enjoy my sexuality. Whether my problems are real or imagined, I can handle them realistically and with good humor. I am the captain of my ship. Now, finally, I think we have the, what's this say? Agent of Change, the Chariot. Well, who knows what that has in store. Let's have a look and see what's coming up. What's coming up to the reader? What is coming up to the reader? I love all these paintings, I have to say. Now, the painting on this card, the Chariot, is drawn by a horse. It can be seen as harnessing your power and the energy in your body. The chariot is like a magic vehicle in which the woman, in this case, is riding through the heavens in tune with her destiny. Now use this as a reminder that although the task you are involved in may seem very ordinary, it can also be part of your greater unfoldment. Change is all around us, but often that change is not of our doing. In the chariot, you are the agent of change. This energy here represents the taking of the reins in your hands, is what I'm getting here. Often, we charge ahead, don't we? And we do so with blinders on, ignoring everything that is not on our agenda. In our haste to get things done, we run into obstacles because we're not being fully sensitive to the moment or to our needs or to others, and we can lose contact with the larger harmony and with the larger flow. But look at this woman here. In the more feminine model, we stay in touch with these things. We use our knowledge of natural cycles and honor the times when our energy ebbs, symbolized by, I think, this dark moon. Now, this doesn't mean you lose focus, but we soften it. We rest while holding the focus. We understand that there are times for resting, times for plodding, and times for charging ahead, and we honor all three. We also don't ignore the rest of our lives just because we're concentrated on a goal. We will remember the need for balance. Now, I think that this is saying to you that it is a good time to figure out what you want to accomplish and just go and do it. This is a turning point in your life. It's a positive turning point in your life here now. The road ahead of you is paved with gold. So figure out what you want to accomplish and do it. Now, this may require you to exercise your personal will. Perhaps it is working your way out of debt, getting in shape again, or taking on a course of study. It might be charging ahead in a new direction, or taking on a larger cause. Now, it is helpful to align with the energy of this card and the more feminine approach. The point is not to be full of bravado, charging blindly ahead, only to be shot off your horse. The point is to get the job done, and to do so in a way that has integrity and is good for your whole being. The oncoming change promises to lead to a positive phase of your life. Ready yourself, put your affairs in order, and examine the possibilities. I think you're going to leave a lot behind. What area of your life will be changing? Are you ready to ring out the old and ring in the new? Seek and create for yourself a loving, secure environment that you can plan to change your journey. Now, your body also needs attention now. Say to yourself, I motivate others positively. I am putting my life in order and preparing for the new beginning. Fantastic. That's the way it is for you this month. Well, what a fantastic month for you. Great to see you again, and thank you very much for watching. It's a pleasure to be doing this with you. I do like that. And if you did like it, please do me the favor of hitting the like button. The YouTube gods like that, and it enables other people to maybe have a look at the video and enjoy what we enjoy doing ourselves. This is going to be a good month for you. I think you've got plenty to be looking forward to and things to do. So that has been food for thought, and you get together and remember this, and remember one thing always, and it is that you are a legend. And I look forward to seeing you again next month. So until then, it's bye for now.